Hey there, and welcome to today's Explainer. Get ready, because we are diving into something absolutely amazing today. Have you ever wished you were a secret agent? That your everyday, normal life was actually some kind of undercover, thrilling special mission? Well, according to the devotional we're looking at today, that is exactly what's happening right now. This text completely transforms the way we look at ordinary life. It takes the boring stuff and turns it into an epic, daily adventure where you are literally the hero.
Okay, let's dive into this. The devotional asks a really huge question. It originally comes from the book of Acts, chapter 9, verse 6, and it goes like this. Lord, what do you want me to do? Now you might be thinking this is a question just for adults or pastors or teachers. No way. If you are 10 years old watching this explainer right now, this question is entirely for you. This is the moment you accept your mission. You're stepping up and asking the commander, what's my assignment for today?
And that brings us right to our first main section. Section 1, a job just for you.
The devotional makes a massive promise right off the bat. It says that every single person has a specific job to do for the master. It doesn't matter what your position is, how old you are, or if you feel like you have limited capacities, which, by the way, is just the devotional's fancy way of saying you might feel like you can't do very much. You absolutely have a job. There's this awesome quote from a poem included right in the middle of the text that says, there is a special work marked out for you. It goes on to explain that literally nobody else in the entire world can do this specific work but you. Think about that for a second. It's exactly like a fingerprint. You are the only agent qualified to execute this exact mission.
Now, you might be wondering, wait, does my mission involve flying jets or stopping supervillains? Well, actually, no. The devotional makes a really important point here to keep us grounded. You don't need a fancy title, a cape, or some kind of massive skill set. Even the lowliest tasks, the simplest things you do every single day, like picking up your toys or feeding the dog, they are a massively important part of the master plan.
Which leads us perfectly into Section 2. Chores are a special mission.
And this brilliantly illustrates the big difference in how we can look at things. Normally, we look at everyday duties and think, a boring chore. I gotta clean my room, I gotta take out the trash, I have to do my math homework, right? But when we read this devotional, it flips the script entirely. Suddenly, cleaning your room is a special mission to serve Jesus. The text shows us that everyday tasks aren't just annoying things your parents make you do to ruin your weekend. They're actual divine assignments handed down straight from above. And that completely changes how we see our daily lives. And guys, there is a huge reward for completing these daily missions. The devotional promises that an incredible, pure, deep joy comes from making an effort to serve Christ and helping out your family. It says the happiness you get from self-denying effort, which really just means doing things you might not initially want to do in order to help someone else, is so deep that words can't even express it. Honestly, it feels a million times better than just sitting around doing nothing.
But how do we actually unlock this deep joy? Let's check out Section 3, the secret, cheerful attitude. So, the crucial point is, to succeed in any special mission, you need a secret weapon. And according to this text, your secret weapon is all about the attitude you have while you're doing the work. It's not just what you do, it's how you do it. Choosing to use these 4 specific attitudes is absolutely crucial. The devotional specifically asks us to be cheerful, patient, gentle, and forgiving when we tackle our everyday duties. That means when your younger sibling accidentally messes up the living room you literally just finished cleaning, you don't yell at them. Nope, you pull out your secret weapons, patience and forgiveness. That is exactly how you complete the mission like a true pro.
Let's read this really powerful quote straight from the text. Working from principle in the humblest calling invests it with dignity. Now, for a 10-year-old, the phrase invests it with dignity basically just means it makes a totally normal chore feel proud, important, and honorable. When you wash the dishes cheerfully because you know it's your special mission, you are doing something incredibly dignified. You're acting like royalty doing honorable work.
Moving right along into Section 4, Jesus is right there.
This is the part of the mission briefing where you find out you never ever do these chores alone. You always have the ultimate backup with you. The devotional uses the phrase daily avocations, which, actually scratch that, is just an older way of saying your everyday chores, hobbies, and homework. And it gives us this super comforting message. We are united to Christ in whatever we do. That means Jesus is right there sitting with you at the kitchen table while you do your math, and he's right there in the yard with you while you rake the leaves.
Let's move 2 and see how this builds into a really cool, simple 3-step process for your day. Step 1. Start your daily duty, whatever simple chore that happens to be. Step 2, remember God's love and that He is right there beside you. And Step 3, feel elevated. The text says that taking up humble life duties with this assurance makes you feel ennobled. You can stand a little taller because you know exactly who you're working for.
And that brings us to our final section for today. Section 5, being a walking letter. Now, what's really interesting about this is the amazing result of completing your daily missions with a great attitude. You actually turn into something else entirely, a living epistle. An epistle is just an old-fashioned word from the devotional for a letter. So you literally become a walking, talking letter. You become a real-life message that shows people Jesus just by the way you act.
The text explains that this walking letter is known and read by everyone you meet. That means everybody, your family, your teachers, your friends at school, they're all kind of reading your good example. When they see you doing your chores cheerfully, when they see you being firm in what's right but gentle with others, they learn about Christ just by watching you. You don't even have to use words. Your actions are the letter.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a massive, empowering question. What special mission are you going to do for Jesus today? Is it helping out with dinner? Being kind to a tricky sibling? Maybe tackling that homework without a single complaint? Remember, you are a secret agent with a job that literally only you can do. Grab your secret weapon of a cheerful attitude, remember you're never doing it alone, and go conquer today's mission.